Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias, mi gente. Yo. Welcome to Daily Discipline number 221. Rob Hoback here. It is Saturday, May the 25th. We're second day of, or first day really for most people, Memorial Day weekend. Happy that you're here, honored and humbled. This is just amazing, so I appreciate it. And I will never get tired of saying that, just so we're clear. It is a savage Saturday. Let's get after it. First things first, I'm still the realist. I'm also a visionary, right? This one. I did some catch up, right? So we had unique earlier this week, happy. I think these are actually inverted magnetic. Maybe there was something else in there, but visionary. And so, yesterday I had a lot of time in a car to think, right? About the week that I just had, just a lot. There's a lot that you can think about in 350 miles. And, when I talk about being a visionary, I think about, this last week that I was talking to people, and a lot of times the question was, where are you from, right? Where are you from? And that'll be our question of the day. But I believe that the reason I'm here in this region of the world is that I have an ability to see things that other people do not. Sometimes that's a connection, sometimes that's a potential future or outcome, but it's just like I can see it. And I'm like, how do you not see that? How do you not see that that and that together equals that? And so a younger version of me used to be, annoyed with people who weren't able to see those things, or I thought they were just refusing to admit it. It never occurred to me until, a while ago, in the last year, maybe two, that perhaps I was able to see things that other people were not. And we're going to leave that there. So my thank yous are for my safe commute home yesterday. For those of you, I know lots of you have reached out, said, hey, are you safe? This, that, and the other. A lot of rain, a lot of water, a lot of destruction, the power of water. Just a lot going on here. So I'm thankful that when I left Dallas yesterday morning, overcast, hit a couple sprinkles, actually hit a rain shower as I was pulling into the Bartlesville area yesterday, but then nothing. And then it was just, overcast and everything. We got some more rain last night. Gotten over a foot of rain in a week. It's a lot, right? So thankfully, where my house sits, it's on an elevated street and, goes downhill. But yeah, there's parts of town, you just turn on the news here. It's a real problem. And so I'm just thankful for that. And then I got to see Addison for a little bit yesterday. Got to spend some time with Jack last night, which is bonus time, right? So very, very thankful for that. So under our question of the day, where are you from, right? Like I had shared earlier this week that, I was fortunate enough to be included in a conference for the top 150 people that work for the same company that I do. About 8,500 employees all over the world. So if you do that quick math, I'm considered in the top 20%. I didn't politic for this. I didn't ask. I was invited, right? So before y'all start saying, oh, yeah, Rob just forced them up. No, I actually didn't want to go, right, if you remember. But nonetheless, I went, and that's a very common question. Where are you from? Well, I'd be interested to know how you answer that question. If you're not from the area where you grew up, how do you answer that? Like Uncle JM, right? Like you talk to him, he's not from the region of the country where he lives now, right? And while it's just a conversation starter, right, for most people, I feel like there's a lot more there. And when I think about that, like when I was driving home last night, people ask me, where are you from? I say, oh, I'm from Oklahoma. Like, you're recently from there? No, I'm from Central Illinois. Oh, where? Normal. How could somebody like you come from Normal? This, that, and the other, right? But as I think about it, I'm like, why am I here? This area is so different than any place I thought I would ever end up. Why am I here? And I think in part, obviously I don't know 100%, right? But I think I'm here so that I can experience the pain of some people who've been violently oppressed in recent history. And the people who violently oppress those people look an awful lot like me, and they're in no hurry to talk about that stuff, right? This manifests itself when a commercial comes on. Why is it always this? I'm tired of hearing about how those black folk, it's so bad for them. Well, okay, I get that. You hear the people, the Indians, they got it made, man. They don't have to pay tax, they got a reservation, casinos, blah, blah, blah. How much do we have to give to them? Okay, listen to this. And I'm not going to lie, like there were times that I actually, tired of hearing about that too. I don't want to hear about the United Negro College Fund. Well, just hold on. I'm going to give you two things I'd like you to consider. Number one, the Trail of Tears. Have you ever read this? I'm guessing not. I don't remember hearing about this when I was growing up. As a matter of fact, I don't ever remember hearing about it till I got right here. But I knew who the hell Andrew Jackson was, right? He's the president, said, go get him. We got an Indian problem. We have people that lived here when our white ass showed up, and we don't like the fact that they got the land that we want. They're savages. They don't speak our language. They're not Christians like we are. I mean, who the fuck calls himself a good Christian and then goes kills somebody and takes their land and then wants to act like it didn't happen? Right. That's just the Trail of Tears, where you had thousands and thousands of people who our ancestors went in there and decided that they were entitled to their land and made them leave. And 30 to 40% of them never made it. Where did they end up? Right here in Oklahoma. They said, get west of the Mississippi. And what's funny about that is that as they were pushing all these poor people here, that was before they found out there was a whole bunch of oil, right? And then guess what happened next, right? Had those Negroes. They came up here, right? They came to Tulsa. They organized. They were thriving, getting shit done. Guess what happens 100 years later? White folks say, I'm not down with that. Let's kill them. Right. A riot. One day, like 300 people killed, mass murders. You read the stories. These are my words. I read this stuff off the History Channel's website. So it's not me making this stuff up. This stuff really, really happened. And you can even tell today, people are very uncomfortable talking about this stuff. It makes me angry. It makes me embarrassed that people look at me and probably think like he's just like the rest of them. Not at all. Just remember this. In this time of need, in this region, we are in this together. It's not black, it's not white, it's not Indian. We're in need. There are people who are severely in need right now. We have to pull through this together. Hands up, peace out, we're better together. I'll be back tomorrow with a weekly recap. See, I was with the creeper the other night, and he's like, hey, he gets emotional, he cries all the time. Well, I almost cried today, and I don't care. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.